My name is Johann Mendel, although many called me Gregor, which is the name I took as an Augustinian friar. I have been very interested in science, including fields such as physics and meteorology, and also heredity. Now, I attempted to study heredity in mice briefly, but I've focused on pea plants, which are truly marvelous, and I can use the 2 hectares of our monastery, where I have planted tens of thousands of pea plants that I have been able to scientifically study. It is possible to obtain many varieties of pea plants which can be true breeding. In other words, the purple-flowered variety always produces purple flowers, and the variety with yellow seed pods always produces yellow seed pods. I was interested in what would happen when one crossed 2 different varieties, and so I performed a number of experiments. For example, if I crossed flowers which were true breeding for purple color with those which were true breeding for white color, I noticed that all of the offspring were purple. I therefore referred to purple color as a dominant color. It was able to hide the color white, which I termed recessive. If I then crossed flowers from this generation which were purple in color but did have one parent with a white color, I found that while most of the flowers were purple in color, there were some which were white. The white color seemed to have jumped a generation, and the white-colored flowers occurred in about 1/4 of the flowers that I counted. Interestingly, I noticed the same pattern with other traits in varieties as well. So when flowers with green pods were crossed with flowers with yellow pods, all of the offspring possessed the green pod. In other words, it seems as if this were the dominant trait capable of hiding the recessive yellow. If this first generation, or F1 for first filial generation, were then crossed among themselves, I found the same result in that most of the next generation, the F2, possessed the green color. This was the dominant trait, but about 1/4 possessed the yellow-colored pods, the recessive traits, which seemed to skip a generation.